At America Trends, we only talk about what your social media says is trending. So let's get back to it. The DNC Convention is behind us, and now begins the DNC Convention. It's already off to a wildly rocky start. Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigned, and joining us from the road to give us her feed on America from America, my favorite host of the show that I'm hosting for her, Dr. Gina.
Hey, Barry. Greetings to you from the Lake of the Ozarks at the Top Cider nightclub. And this is one of my favorite places in the whole entire world. The sunset tonight was epic. People will have to go to my Facebook page to see that sunset, but it was amazing. And for one, I'm really glad I'm not at the DNC tonight. I don't know about you.
Oh, I watched all day today. Believe me, you're having more fun with the fam on the road than the wacky Philadelphia. There have been more protests today, Gina, in the first hour of the convention in Philadelphia than the Republicans, including you, had in Cleveland in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if the chant that opened the convention today, and there were thousands in the street. Hell no DNC, we won't vote for Hillary. And there were thousands in the street. These are the Sanders supporters, so angry about the WikiLeaks information.
That's so amazing. So here's the story that I have. This is the backstory that I want listeners and viewers to know. So this is so cool. So we were leaving, and as we would stop at truck stops on the way out, because of course you have to stop at truck stops because you're getting, your gas and whatever. And so we're stopping, and I'm standing in the subway line to get a salad, and I look behind me, and I can tell, not judging, but I can tell that everyone behind me is a Democrat. So I say, how many of you are on your way to the DNC? I can just tell. And they're like, we are. Oh, hey, fist bump, fist bump. I'm like, well, I'm on my way from the RNC, but I'll fist bump you because I believe that this is the year of the outsider. And they're like, oh my gosh, yes, we are going to protest Hillary. Everyone that I met who was on their way to the DNC, they were on their way there to protest Hillary. This is not your typical establishment year, Barry, for sure.
Well, on that subject, I'm sure you didn't see it. Wasserman Schultz, before the convention opened this morning, met with just the Florida delegation. Now, these are her peeps from South Florida, and she was booed so loudly from the Florida Democratic delegates that she literally couldn't speak. They were screaming at her to resign. And that's why, and they yanked her off the program right before it started. Literally, she was supposed to gavel it. They gave it to somebody else without a gavel because it was at the last minute.
I mean, it is surprising because never before have the grassroots really sort of risen up to make their point as they are with Debbie Wasserman Schultz and as they did earlier in the year with Paul Ryan and the rest of the Republican establishment. But this is definitely the year of the outsider. And then so Hillary being the epitome of establishment, it shouldn't surprise us then that there is backlash at their convention, and there will be backlash at their convention. And as I said, every single person I met who was on their way to the Democratic National Convention was going to protest Hillary. It was just, I've never seen anything like it. And they were in busloads. There were busloads of people going for the sole purpose, Barry, of protesting Hillary. So it's going to be a very interesting convention, to say the least.
Well, I'm no friend of socialist, communist Democrats by the name of Bernie Sanders, as you know, and I'm
right.
And you feel the same way. But in terms of fairness, ironically, what Bernie said in the very beginning is the super delegates are set up to make sure that an outsider never gets in, because the super delegates are obviously selected by the party machine. They're never voted on. They have nothing to do with what the people want. So Bernie all along said the fix was in. He just had no idea how bad that fix really was, and he never had a chance.
He never had a chance, nor did any Democrat outsider. The Democrat Party is even, as we know now, locked tighter than the Republican Party. The Republican Party, obviously an outsider, did get in, and the establishment hates it. And yet the establishment, clear up until the very last minute, could do absolutely nothing about it, Barry. That tells you the difference in the parties. The Democrat Party is locked even tighter with their superdelegates that they don't have at the Republican National Convention. Now, I was a delegate at the Republican National Convention. I know how the whole thing went down. And there was no control over me, my vote, what I said, what I did. There wasn't even control, Barry, over what was written into the speeches. This was an unprecedented year in terms of Republican Party politics, where Mr. Trump didn't require that things be done so that they were controlled and micromanaged as they have been in the past. Hillary obviously is going to demand that everything is micromanaged. This is not expected. The only little hiccup we saw at the Republican convention was the Ted Cruz moment where he completely self-destructed and hung himself, and it was his political suicide moment. For the Democrats, it's going to be different. They're not going to have somebody self-destruct over something like what Ted Cruz did. They're going to have people self-destruct over being married to the establishment yet again, and that is exactly what we're seeing today with Debbie Wasserman Schultz and with Hillary Clinton. So stay tuned. It's going to get good.
Here's a wild one for you. I don't know if you know this news yet. So 20,000 emails come out from WikiLeaks. People are reading them as fast as they can. By the way, that's plus attachments. So they're unbelievably detailed in the conversations about the fix going in for Hillary. So today, instead of damage control, which is what I would have done, is say, oh my gosh, these people are an embarrassment to our party. They're a betrayal of the system. We've got to get them out of the party. We've got to clean our act up. We're so sorry. Every major Democrat that's been on later in the day on the news shows is blaming this, get this, on the Russians. And now the story is that Putin and his people hacked the DNC computers for the purpose of causing, get this, Donald Trump to be elected because Putin doesn't want Hillary Clinton to be president. What do you make of that?
And the boogeyman is coming. I don't know. It's so funny how they always want to talk about the Republicans and our little tinfoil hats with our conspiracy theories. I'm thinking maybe we need to make the Democrats some tinfoil hats and pass them out because I think they need them. Because I'm pretty sure Russia has their own issues and they're not that concerned with what's really happening in our politics. Not that they don't care, but I'm saying that most governments across the world are going to want Hillary because they're used to working with Hillary and the establishment. It's a known quantity. Even if it's not a liked quantity, it's a known quantity. They don't want to work with the outsider. We've already seen this. We've already seen them bad-mouthing Donald Trump. So it doesn't even really make sense. It's kind of pathetic that they're having to resort to that, honestly, Barry. But I can't say it really surprises me because, they've got their own share of tinfoil hats. It's just that the media will never call them out for that.
Well, it's going to be a wild week. I can't wait to have you back. It's great to be sitting here for you. Drive safe. Tell John to keep it slow. And Jason, don't let him drive. Okay?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No.
More American Trends coming up in a minute. Please stay tuned. Would you go to the poll and vote, please? Thanks so much, America. See you soon.